Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome everybody back to another video on the channel. Now, I realize it's been a little while since we've talked about PUBG, and to be honest, it's been pretty quiet as far as the front of news and what's happening with the game, and there just really hasn't been a whole lot going on. Besides the release of a new map here and there, if you haven't played PUBG in a few months, to be honest, you haven't missed a ton. There has been some interesting updates, but nothing that I would consider really groundbreaking at the moment, but that has basically all changed today. Krafton Game Union, which runs PUBG now, has pretty much given out the confirmation that a PUBG 2 is underway, and the announcement for this game is probably a lot sooner than we're expecting, and could even be sometime later this month. So in this video, we've got a lot to unpack about PUBG 2, and I think you guys are going to enjoy this video. If you do, all I ask in return is to leave a thumbs up. If you're excited for the prospect of a second Battlegrounds game, I would love to gauge your guys' response on this. And of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Now, a lot of this news came out a few hours ago, but if we look at the date of when this was published, this came out in 2020 before even the new year began. So I'm going to go ahead and summarize exactly what this is saying. Krafton is in full swing developing its next game utilizing the Battlegrounds IP. The internal development of the mobile game sequel to backup Battlegrounds and the authentic sequel to the PC and console platform, which will continue the worldview of Battlegrounds, has come to the fore. Because of the major success of PUBG and PUBG Mobile succeeding in the global box office, the IPO is scheduled to be held in the second quarter of next year. Krafton's additions of new IP titles in the Battlegrounds genre is expected to have a significant impact on Krafton's move and corporate value evaluation after the IPO. Now, a lot of this is just referring to its position in the overall game industry when it does get its announcement and or reveal, but what it means for us is that Battlegrounds or Krafton is actually developing a brand new Battlegrounds title. Now, of course, we've seen some games under the Krafton name come out, like Thunder Tier 1, also Glenn Schofield's single-player PUBG game, Callisto Protocol, which is not really PUBG at all, although it's technically in the same universe, but this is not really the case. And we even knew about Project Extreme, which is exactly what this is referring to, all the way back in, I believe, 2018, and what we didn't know was what they were working on exactly. However, what we suspect is that this new game is going to be utilizing the Unreal Engine 4 because those were listed as basically the job requirements to work on Project Extreme, so it would make sense for it to be developed on that. All indicators right now point towards the development of a completely brand new PUBG game, not only for mobile, but also for PC and console, and full integrated crossplay is also ideally going to be a feature. That's what's rumored to be happening anyways, and that was something that some of you may or may not know. I spoke to PUBG developers personally about because I thought PUBG was kind of stuck in the past compared to where a lot of other BRs right now are in 2021, where full crossplay is pretty much enabled between console and PC, sometimes even mobile with that as well. And, you know, there's situations and there's problems with integrating full crossplay, but I felt like it was kind of a mistake for PUBG not to have that if it had been balanced properly, of course. I understand why they haven't done it in PUBG 1. That feels really weird to say, but if they are making PUBG 2 that is, you know, built in order to support these systems, I'm all for that. Having crossplay being fair and reasonable between maybe all of these, but certainly console and PC, and then mobile's got its own category, I think is a pretty good idea. When I also spoke to the devs about 2 weeks ago, they also mentioned that they've hired a lot of brand new people very recently. Some people have come over from Raven Software, some people that have worked on Warzone. A lot of very talented animators are coming over to make new animations for PUBG, and again, it's not very likely that a lot of these animations and what is the overhauled movement system that we spoke about before, I feel like it's unlikely it's going to be properly integrated into regular PUBG. It looks like this is being developed, again, for a completely separate project. That would be my indication. Miramar Remastered, which was another thing we had spoke briefly about, probably won't happen for regular Battlegrounds. Like, the more that I think about it, it makes more sense to reintroduce that map on a second game if they were to develop it. Now, this does present a couple of problems. As much as I'm really over the moon at the prospect of having a new PUBG game, one that's like, you know, a completely brand new fresh experience and really squashes out a lot of the problems that the original one had, as much as we loved it, it certainly had its flaws. There is a little bit of an issue, and I want to know what you guys think about this. My friend Milo came up with this theory, and I think it's a great idea and is very applicable to this situation we're in, and it's called the hungry player theory. The overall idea is that the more we get accustomed to a certain style of game, the easier and quicker we're going to chew through that content or raise the skill ceiling extremely high, leading to where I guess Battlegrounds came originally, where it snuffed a lot of new players out. Now, the way this works, imagine you played PUBG for the first time and it was a completely brand new experience to you. You had never played anything like it before. Erangel was the only map, and it took you a really, really long time to really get comfortable and understand what's going on. And then a few months later, Miramar comes out. You're a little more familiar with the game already, and you basically know the meta and how to play the game, so that you understand Miramar a lot more quickly than you did Erangel. Subsequently, a new map comes out, and again, you get through that even a little bit faster. And I think that almost applies to the overall state of the game. Like, imagine PUBG released a second game. Imagine PUBG 2 comes out, and a lot of the core mechanics are still there. The gunplay, the movement is still like realistic, but overhauled in a way where it's new and fresh, but we kind of know still how to get around or to operate in PUBG, and a lot of people that are veterans of this game are going to instantly, hopefully, feel comfortable when they do pick up PUBG 2, but the hungry player theory still applies here, I think, where like people are not going to be as like from the ground up or as much of a blank slate as they were when the original game came out. I feel like in PUBG 2, we're all going to be on our feet much quicker, and that might be a good or bad thing depending on how you look at that, but I do believe that's the reality of the situation. PUBG 2, in order for this theory not to apply, would have to be radically different in terms of its gameplay, and it might be. We really don't know. That's like way too far right to even speculate about right now, but if the gameplay is radically different, then the question becomes, is it even PUBG? And I think that's also worth considering, but I'm not saying that it's a bad idea to pursue the idea of PUBG 2, or I'm not saying this shouldn't happen, but that is like a roadblock, I guess, that I've thought of. We have known for a while PUBG is making a lot of big moves behind the scenes, and we're certainly working on something big, and it looks like this is truly what it is. PUBG 2 is most likely on the way. We don't know if it's going to be called PUBG 2. We don't know exactly how it's going to play or anything like that, but we could potentially have the announcement sometime this month. A lot of sources are saying January 24th, and maybe the release of the game wouldn't be until 2022 because, again, a project like that would probably take a significant amount of time to come out. There's a lot up in the air that's pretty uncertain right now, but what we do know is a big project is on the way, and something is arriving. So PUBG 2 is looking like it's finally becoming a reality at some point in the near future, and I would love to know your guys' opinions on this. What exactly would PUBG 2 need to do to bring you back, or to respark your interest, or to get you playing the game again? I know a lot of people have stopped playing recently, and the game has been in a pretty stagnant spot over the past couple of months, I will admit, and so I'm hoping that maybe this new game or something is able to provide a turnaround. Either way, it would be really interesting to get a new game built from the ground up that still plays and feels a lot like original PUBG, and would sort of respark that magic if they were able to capture it. I'm all here for it. So let me know your opinions down below in the comment section, guys. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure to give it a like rating before you go. Subscribe if you are new to the channel, and if you are still playing PUBG currently, remember to use my creator code. The link to that will be in the description. You can log into your account and select my name for the Creator Appreciation Program. It directly helps support the channel, and I would appreciate that a lot. Anyways, hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you all on the next stream or the next video. Take it easy. I gotta go, and peace out.